Friends. Yeah, well, we stay in touch even today. In fact, we got a reunion coming up next month of a few of us that are still left.
Are they all from Michigan?
No, from all over.
Oh, That's interesting. And what did you learn from your service that you use in civilian life?
Well, I learned because you grew up real quick once you went aboard ship. You were a youngster when you went aboard, and you were a man when you came back. Well, when you got off of it. I think that's the best way to phrase it.
Interesting. Yeah. And you're like what you went on leave, then you went back to your home here in Michigan, and where I'm sure your family were all eager to see you and to hear about your experience.
Of course, the other three boys came home about the same time.
Oh, really?
So the family really got back together again. The neighborhoods were never the same again, though. Because all the boys that you grew up with went somewhere. But when you came back, some of them came back and some of them didn't come back.
Did you find that were many of them your friends or did you go in as an individual person, or were you with a group?
No, I went in as an individual person. Because when you were drafted, they knew about your brothers or your family and other members that were in service. So if they knew you already had one brother in the Marines, and they knew that you had brothers that were in the Army, so they said, looks like you're going to be in the Navy.
Oh, is that the way they assigned you?
Yeah.
That's interesting. And they probably didn't send you to the same places.
Oh, no.
But were your brothers?
Well, my one brother, Francis, he enlisted, not drafted, but he enlisted right after Pearl Harbor. He and three other boys from the neighborhood all went together and enlisted and went over to Guadalcanal and fought the Guadalcanal campaign in Peru. And then he eventually came back. But some of the boys that didn't come back, that he went with, though.
On Guadalcanal, lost them there.
Yeah.
Was your brother ill at any time?
No, he had a stroke later on in life. He passed away about 6 months ago. But
no, I meant while he was in the. And did he get malaria?
He had malaria. He got the Purple Heart, and he got the Silver Star and a lot of medals from his combat days. My oldest brother, Joseph, was drafted, but he was in the Army, and he too participated in the Normandy campaign.
Oh.
I never did see him over there, though.
All the time?
All the time.
And he was over there about the same time that you were? You never.
And my youngest brother, Raymond, he was drafted at the tail end of the war. He never did serve any time overseas.
Oh. Oh, your mother and father were proud parents of four, and you all came back, which is...
My oldest sister, Marie, she used to travel up and down Michigan Avenue all the way out to Willow Run. She used to work out at Willow Run building airplanes during the war. That's a long way from Corktown out to Willow Run.
And she went there every day.
Every day, yeah.
So she did her part as a civilian. And is there anything special in your, that stands out in your mind about things that you did while you were in the service? Anything that was unusual for
No, I can't really say there's anything that was unusual. If there was, I can't remember it now.
Well, the duty that you did was an unusual duty. And, what did you? Usually in the Navy, you learn a specialty of some duty that you have on board ship. What was your duty on board ship?
Well, in most cases, when you're underway, meaning that you're not tied up somewhere, they gave you work. There's always something that had to be done, and
Mechanical?
I wasn't a mechanically minded person, but they found something for you to do. They didn't let you loaf around doing nothing. I tell you that.
So what did you actually, was there something you did continuously every day, or was it different?
No, some days you worked as a cook, some days you worked as an assistant, as a baker, and some days you worked out on the deck, chipping and scraping, rusting, getting the rust up and painting, you know.
Oh, yes.
And
that's maintaining.
Oh, yeah. In other words, you always had a boss over you at all times.
Oh.
He was the one that assigned the jobs.
Right. And did you enjoy your military?
Oh, I certainly did. I certainly did, yeah.
And you feel that it had a great influence on the rest of your life?
Oh, I think it had, yeah.
What did you do when you got out of the service?
Well, I went back to school at night school for a while, and then I got involved in commercial transportation, and stayed with that throughout my entire career, working career.
In transportation?
In transportation.
And were you influenced in that area by your military duty?
Not necessarily. I had no reference of any kind.
And you're retired now. You're enjoying your retirement. Do you have a family?
I have a wife and 2 boys.
Were any of your 2 boys in the service?
No.
And well, is there anything that you feel that I left out that you would like to add to?
No, I think you've covered all the bases pretty good.
And, so actually, your specialty was Normandy. You were that was your whole duty.
But I would like to make this observation that I did go back over at the 50th anniversary.
Oh, you did?
And I went back to Normandy. I went back to. Oh, there is one thing I would like to mention, though, about the 13th of June of 1944. As I said earlier, we had the 175th Regiment on the 29th. Well, we never did know whatever happened to the 175th that we had aboard ship. But on the 50th anniversary, I did some research and found out that Company G of the 175th eventually fought their way up to a town called Vire, V-I-R-E, France. And they got separated from the rest of their unit. In other words, there was E, F, and G. But G got separated from E and F. And when they got separated, the Germans were quickly able to take control of Company G. And Company G was wiped out. They killed everybody in Company G.
So how many people would actually be?
Well, there would have been about 25, 30 men.
So they actually killed them rather than take them prisoners.
In fact, of the